This is your treatment for perfect happiness. Happiness is something that we all search for one way or another. Either happiness in not being happy and complaining all the time, or happiness in that real sense, which is just that pure joy, that recognition of life and light and being surrounded, engulfed, enveloped in it, in love, and just that feeling of safety, security, knowing that regardless of what's happening close by or far away, you're being held amidst the stars. You're many, many molecules and bits of fragments of everything created into this perfect, supple, fragile, amazing, unique being. And in that instant, you change the way that you see others, you change the way that you see the world, and you're just happy. But how do we do that? How do we constantly come back to that place? How do we remember what happiness is when you're lost, or when you lose something or someone, or your goals are not clear, when life is filled with stresses and influences that are so oppressive and impressive that you can't even see your hand in front of your face, you can't even see your next step, you can't even see the person shouting your name and saying I love you, or the hug that's waiting for you in your child's eyes and arms, or your spouse or your partner or your friend or your coworker. How do we do that? It's time to be happy. The answer is, I don't know. Because with each challenge comes the opportunity to grow in happiness. That's the lesson of happiness. I remember watching a cartoon with my children. It's fairly recent. And there were these one type of beings that decided that in order to be happy, they had to eat and consume these other beings that were generally happy. And in the midst of all of it, these beings that thrived and had a community of happiness became so sad that their happiness went away. And so now you had just everybody unhappy until one moment, happiness is now. Through a song and through reminding each other, one person remembered what it was to just be internally happy. And then that became contagious. And then through that, a lesson came. And well, as you can imagine, it was a children's movie or cartoon. So it was a happy ending with the one person or one being that didn't want to recognize what happiness was eaten by something bigger than itself. That's life in a way. We can smile, we can keep our chin up, we can walk erect, shoulders back, and use walls as stepping stones to our next level. Seize the moment. To our lesson of happiness, or we can sit and stare and be so self-centered and so self-absorbed that we see this wall and only this wall, and not everything around the wall, not everything behind the wall, not everything to the side of the wall, which could hold the answer to our very existence and why we're here. So a lot of reminders and surrounding ourselves with prompts for happiness can be very helpful. You might ask, what is a reminder of happiness? I'll suggest flowers. I'll suggest smiling at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself that all is well, reminding yourself that all is well. I suggest devotionals and books that are happy reinforcements. I suggest movies movies that will make you laugh and remind us of life's lessons and triumphs. I suggest a walk in nature, bathing yourself in nature, whether it's the beach or the trees, treks through trails, up hills, mountains, wherever you are, there's an aspect of nature that holds secrets of life, answers to riddles puzzling you. You just have to listen, you have to learn, you have to watch, you have to grow. And sometimes it's just as close as I mentioned before, the person next to you. If you want something, give it. Don't wait. And the recognition of this boomerang effect can be true happiness. Smile. Some wonderful statements from an author that I love sharing with you. It's been a great influence is Florence Scovel Shinn, and she saw words as an opportunity to change our very being. So very happy right now. She believed that as words had a vibration to them, that these words could go forth like a boomerang and bring back changes in our lives that were projected with the sentiment and the essence of these words. And some of these sayings that she would reinforce in her students have stuck with me, and I now share them with you. My happiness is built upon a rock. It is mine now and for all eternity. My happiness is built upon a rock. It is mine now and for all eternity. Speaking of how you walk through a situation and keep your chin up, shoulders back, no matter what, you can remember and look back at times when you said, why did I let a situation crush me? I wish I would have handled it different. One of the ways to keep happiness within you, even when things are so hard and happiness is so hard to see, is just simply by your words and your frame. And remind yourself with this next saying, happy surprises come to me each day. I look with wonder at that which is before me. Happy surprises come to me each day. I look with wonder at that which is before me. Now, if your chin is up and your eyes are forward and your shoulders back and your spine erect, and you're walking through situations knowing that all is well, it's going to be much easier for you to see those happy surprises waiting for you than it is if you're looking down or staring down and away from all that is around you. So that's why that saying, happy surprises come to me each day, I look with wonder at that which is before me, really reinforces how we carry ourselves through life, physically and spiritually, to be happy, to be immersed in happiness, to constantly remember how important it is to recognize that which is before you, not that which is behind you, and not that which is some sort of a dream or vision of where you can be or what other people have that you wish you could have, but just what you have. Because at the end of the day, it is possible that with all the happiness you've been given, you would have missed it. Seize the moment. If you forget to look at that which is before you. Then, once we see clearly through that veil, that illusion of unhappiness, of fear, of doubt, of jealousy, of whatever is keeping us from our true birthright, which is happiness and joy, the only thing left to do is ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness from our higher selves of ever doubting, of ever fearing, of ever being jealous, of ever allowing ourselves to fall from that state of pure joy and pure grace, which is our true selves, our true birthright. Smile. And then you give thanks. It's time to be happy. And the last saying I'll leave you with in this treatment for perfect happiness is, I give thanks for my permanent happiness, my permanent health, my permanent wealth, my permanent love. I give thanks for my permanent happiness, my permanent health, my permanent wealth, my permanent love. Giving thanks is the surest way to enjoy your life, to enjoy your true state of being, to truly be happy. At the center of that is gratitude. As a parent, we know the grateful child is usually the happy child. We can only remind ourselves to be as a child in this way. Look with wonder at that which is before you, then give thanks and be truly happy.